Okay, I want to just go ahead and make this clear right at the beginning of the video. All things I say in this video are kind of opinion based and really don't get mad over them, I guess. So, this is kind of like the first of many. I'm also not reading from a script. I might use them in the future because I kind of jump all over the place with my thoughts. But this is the first video that I will do of this, and hopefully it will kind of do well. I'm just kind of extending the point, but really, I want to start doing game reviews like this because it's much easier for me to make instead of just straight up content, because sometimes I forget to record and I'm not a very talkative person. So yeah, jumping straight into it, Warframe is one of the most interesting games I have ever seen. There's so much customizability, just so much to it that in multiple occasions I have stated it is better than Destiny, straight up. Now there are some things that Destiny does better, like I'm more favorable of first person shooters. Again, that's my opinion, but I like first person shooters, and plus I like the abilities in there. I don't like what they did with Destiny 2, but I'm not talking about Destiny 2, I'm talking about Warframe. But in Warframe, they do have a lot more customizability. To be honest, Rhino probably is what you're seeing in the background of this video, is my favorite frame because of how tanky he is. I love tanks. I mean Titans, I mean all tanks in Overwatch. I going to see because I'm going to be playing Borderlands soon, but I'm going to see whatever is the tankiest character and play it. But I love tanks, as it, not tanks as in like the gun, tanks as in like the class. I love them. I just love how they can be sluggish but powerful and can take a lot of hits. It's just who I am. So I love Rhino, but there are so many others. I think there are currently um like about 20, 25 different frames, and that's just the frames. Then you have weapons. There are probably over 100 weapons for just the primary slot, and then another 100 for the secondary, and then 120 for maybe the melee slot. That's a lot of weapons, and the amount of customizability where you can put things together on how what suits you. And don't even get me started on the mods. There are probably 1,000 different mods that you can use to fit your style. It is catered to you. And there's a bit of a progression thing where it's like, hey, I can go back to this planet and I can one-shot these things, yet I used to be one-shot by them. And then you just get to a certain point where only like the strongest enemies can actually kill you. So it still has that challenge, and in order to get better gear, it has that challenge. But if you want, you can just go back and grind out a couple weaker things, and there you go. It just depends on how much effort you're willing to put into it. Well, some things you can only earn by the powerful, but still. And also, with all the planets, mind you, I'm going to be comparing this game to Destiny a lot because it is kind of the most like it in the fact it's space-based. You jump between planets, there are guns, there are melee weapons, there are secondaries, there are heavies in a sense. And also, Destiny is the game I play the most, and Warframe is, I only played it recently. I played Destiny for 3 years, or 4 years really, jeez. And I've played Warframe for only 5, 6 months, but really, I like it. I like Warframe, and it surprised me because when I first saw it maybe 2 years ago on the Steam store, and I saw free to play, and I was like, oh, it must be like a turn-based top-down game, which I don't like. Like, my mom likes it. She likes Civilization. She likes that top-down feel. I don't really like it. It's not my style. I like getting in the face. I like being in the action. But when I finally got pushed to play it by a couple of my friends who have been playing it for like ever, I got it and I was like, wow, this is not what I thought. And I had never even heard of the idea of a third-person shooter. Like, really? Are you kidding me, right? And then, well, I mean, you do have something like Paragon, but that's the only other third-person game I've heard of that was a shooter until, um, uh, PlayerUnknown's came out, and then Fortnite. Still, that was unique, and it surprised me. And then with all the abilities, it surprised me even more. Like, holy fuck. What is going on here? And so I got hooked on it. I achieved, it took me so long, but I finally got done with the entire story after a little help from my friends, because the moment I popped in, they took me into Hyperion. Wait, it's not Hyperion. I think it's Hydron? Yeah, I think that's it. And basically, what it is it's one of the more powerful levels. And the moment I got in there, I immediately jumped up to maybe like level 20. It only took like a couple waves. And that kind of helped me get through most of the story. But it's just surprising at how much stuff there was. And then you realize this game's been out for 3 years. How am I only now hearing this? How am I only now hearing these things about this game? I had never seen any big YouTuber play Warframe until recently with Mr. Fruit. Like, seriously, that is mind-blowing in how little you see this game in popular culture. Yet it is one of the best games I have played this entire year. Apart from, Destiny and Overwatch, that is like number 3 or number 4 on my list. And I only just heard of it. Now, yes, in the early stages of its life, it was a bit rough. Some of the things were broken. Everything was just kerfuffle, I guess you could say. But the developers took time and they actually listened to the community. I'm looking at you, Bungie, and Overwatch or Blizzard. But they looked at the community and they were taking what they were saying to heart and actually doing something about it. And it's just, wow, it's just crazy. This game surprised me when I first played, and even to this day, it still surprises me. I even went into Steam and nominated it for the award of this game surprised me, or it was unexpected. And I really hope it wins that, because that is true about it. It's completely not what you think, because you see that free-to-play title, and it's like a curse or something that makes people or gamers turn up their noses at it, like, ew, free-to-play, it must be bad. No, this game is good, and that brings me to my next point. It's free. How do you not see this everywhere? It's not a $60 game. It's not like a AAA title. It's free, yet it's better than most AAA. How does that happen? How does that happen when a game that is free to play and developed by a small developer is better than a AAA game? It's mind-boggling. Yet it really puts into perspective at how much passion has gone into this game to make it so good. And it's just surprising. I know I've said that word so many times, but again, it's unexpected, it's surprising, and all in all, it's really good. Which I implore you, if you haven't, try it, and if you have tried it and you do like it, please let me know. I'd be happy to know who watches my videos, who actually likes the game. Oh shoot, My monitor just turned off.